Going into season 7 of Dexter, I had some of the lowest expectations I've ever had for this show. Season 6 was a disaster in so many ways, and it honestly shook my confidence in the writer's ability to keep the show on track. On top of that, I had heard plenty of fans say that Season 7 was not much better, sometimes even lumping it in with Season 8 as part of the downfall of the series. That was enough to make me nervous. I adored the first 4 seasons and even think Season 5 is underrated, but Season 6 was the first true failure. So when I pressed play on Season 7, I was bracing myself for another letdown, expecting lazy writing, frustrating character decisions, and storylines that didn't go anywhere. But almost immediately I realized I was wrong. Season 7 isn't just better than Season 6, it's a massive improvement. This season felt alive again. It had that energy, that tension, and that spark that reminded me of why I fell in love with this show in the first place. It's dark, emotional, unpredictable, and at times genuinely heartbreaking. By the end of it, I wasn't just impressed, I was shocked at how good it turned out to be. For me, Season 7 was a huge, incredible surprise and one of the most gripping seasons of Dexter since its peak years. The story kicks off right after the Season 6 finale, when Deborah catches Dexter in the act of killing Travis Marshall. This moment becomes the driving force of the entire season, as Deborah finally has to face the truth about her brother and what he really is. The fallout is messy, painful, and beautifully written. At the same time, the introduction of Isaac Serco, a ruthless and charismatic crime boss, gives Dexter a new kind of enemy, one who isn't just a villain to be stopped, but someone layered, intelligent, and even sympathetic in certain moments. On top of that, Hannah McKay enters the picture, a woman with a violent past who brings a completely new type of relationship into Dexter's life. And of course, everything builds toward that devastating finale where Deborah has to choose between her brother and Captain LaGuerta, ultimately making the choice that changes everything forever. There are so many positives here that it's hard to know where to start. Isaac Serco is without question one of the best antagonists in the entire series. He's threatening, brutal, and unpredictable, but he's not just a one-note villain. There's a surprising depth to him that makes him compelling every time he's on screen, and Ray Stevenson's performance is absolutely incredible. He's intimidating, but also strangely human, and that balance made him endlessly enjoyable to watch.
He was committed, and he was here to do what you couldn't. Keep the Colombians from taking over our traffic.
Deborah is another highlight this season. Jennifer Carpenter completely knocks it out of the park with her performance. Her emotional journey, processing what Dexter is, struggling with her feelings, and ultimately being forced into that heartbreaking decision at the end is one of the most powerful arcs in the entire show. The moment where she shoots LaGuerta is devastating. It's one of those scenes that leaves you sitting in silence after it ends. Some people argue it was too much of a leap for Deb, but I don't agree. For me, it felt like a natural breaking point, and the execution was flawless.
You have to end this.
I also really enjoyed Hannah McKay. She's a character that instantly shakes things up, both in terms of Dexter's personal life and the overall tone of the show. Their relationship isn't perfect, but it's fascinating, and it forces Dexter to open up in ways he hasn't before. It gave the season a unique energy that felt fresh, especially after 6 seasons of Dexter mostly being alone in his double life. The overall story this season is another big positive. Unlike Season 6, where the religious themes were half-baked and dragged down by terrible subplots, Season 7 keeps a sharp focus on its main arcs. The pacing feels tighter, the tension builds naturally, and the emotional stakes are constantly rising. Every major storyline matters, and it all builds toward an unforgettable finale that hits like a punch in the gut. But as good as the season is, it definitely has some negatives. The biggest weakness is the beginning of the season. The storylines involving Quinn are just plain bad. His relationship with Nadia, the Russian stripper, and his involvement with the mob feels like a soap opera plot dropped into a much better show. I've never found Quinn to be an especially compelling character, and this storyline only made that worse. It added nothing to the season and dragged down the first few episodes. Lewis is another huge problem. He was weird and annoying in season 6, but here it becomes unbearable. The writers clearly didn't know what to do with him, and instead of making him a serious threat or giving him depth, they just had him act like a creepy nuisance who tries to sabotage Dexter's life. It felt pointless and frustrating, and I was glad when his storyline finally fizzled out. Another issue is the way Harrison is handled. The show has always struggled to realistically balance Dexter's life as a father with his life as a killer, but here it becomes laughably bad. Jamie basically becomes Harrison's parent while Dexter runs around, and it's clear the writers don't actually care about betraying Dexter's responsibilities. It's sloppy and unrealistic, and pulls you out of the story when you stop to think about it. Then, of course, there's the one thing I absolutely despise, the continuation of the Deborah loves Dexter storyline. I hated it in season 6, and I cannot believe the writers doubled down on it here. It's so gross, so out of place, and so unnecessary that it drags down the season every time it comes up. No amount of defense or explanation will ever make me accept it. It's one of the worst creative choices in the entire show. Even with those flaws though, Season 7 is still an incredible rebound from the disaster of Season 6. It's darker, sharper, and way more emotionally powerful than I expected it to be. Isaac Serco is an amazing villain, Deborah's arc is one of the strongest in the entire show, and the finale is both shocking and heartbreaking. The negatives keep it from being perfect, but overall I think it's a fantastic season that proves that Dexter wasn't finished just yet. For me, Season 7 earns a strong 8 out of 10. So that's where I'll end on Season 7, an incredible rebound that shocked me with how good it turned out to be. But now I want to hear what you think. Did you enjoy Isaac Serco as much as I did? Do you think Deb made the right choice at the finale? Or do the flaws outweigh the eyes for you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.